try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check is I'm chest, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of My Fellow Americans. I'm your host, Mike Jones. How's everybody doing this evening? A few things to talk about tonight. The name of the show is The Dems Need Dr. Phil. Because they're out of their damn cuckoo nest. And you know it's true. We all know it's true. We see the crazy. We've been seeing the crazy. The crazy just keeps on coming. The only people that seem to not care or see it is the leftist, Dems, progressives, judges, anybody against Donald Trump, anybody who doesn't believe in what Donald Trump's trying to do, anybody who's apt to lose a little bit of money from the situation. Because, you know, with Doge in there, you can't really be sitting there trying to scam the government. Ask Big Tish. Ask Big Tish. She's going through it right now. Anyway, we're going to start us off with, finally, it's about time. It is about time these pro-Palestinian Hamas supporters are getting what they deserve. The New York Police Department, NYPD, are arresting these rioters at Brooklyn College after raiding their encampment. Protesters got violent, and let's just say the NYPD did a little bit of tasey and arresty, you know. But that's not it. That's not it. We got a little bit of a video for you.
Dude,
Get him.
Move off the fucking sidewalk!
Back up! Come on,
Shut the fuck up,
I don't know. It's out of control, and it's nice to see them taking this seriously, because, you know, that was part of the reason I think these Democrats need Dr. Phil. They don't seem to think this is a negative thing in our country. They don't seem to think, yes, you have your freedoms to peacefully protest, but it's more than that. They're not protesting. They're supporting pro-Palestinian Hamas and terrorists. They're just supporting the wrong people right now. It's just anti-Semitism. They're mistreating the Jewish and blocking them. Like, they got finals this week, and let's just say, they decided they were going into the library at Columbia. It's when does it end? When do they stop interfering with schooling? When? Because obviously it's not yet. These people, some of these people pay a lot of good money to go get a good, solid education. And I mean, how are you supposed to do that when you got this crazy going on outside of your school? I I don't think it's possible. This is from Columbia Library.
We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our shame. We have nothing to lose but our shame. We have nothing to lose but our shame.
We have nothing to lose but our chains. Well, the good news is they stormed the library. They went in. They were chanting, yelling anti-Semitic stuff, propaganda. They were let out one by one, requiring to show ID. So that way, we could revoke some student visas. Now, hell yeah. 61 of the 80 protesters were female. I don't know what to make of that, but it's a little crazy. 33 of them were non-students, and they received they're barred from campus. So you got 33 people out there that shouldn't even be there in the first place. It's nice to see them cracking down on this. Hopefully, this will be a deterrent. So, kids can go back to school to learn, and hopefully these other colleges come around and just go with Donald Trump's plan, because the school has no business receiving federal funds if you're teaching anything super crazy, anti-Semitic, anything like that, because it has you're supposed to be going to school to learn either way. You want to teach that kind of stuff, I mean, that's your choice, but you don't get federal funding. I know that's right. Yes, that is true. So let's get to our next story. Let's get to the next story. I like this story. I like this story. If
General Letitia James is now the subject of Department of Justice investigation over some of her real estate dealings. She's reportedly being accused of listing a home in Virginia as her primary residence and putting down her dad as her husband on the mortgage app.
Now I'm gonna stop right here for a second. This is Letitia James. She campaigned on going after Donald Trump, wasted millions of people's dollars doing so, and she went at, I'm gonna put him in jail. They rang up $450+ million fines against Donald Trump, trying to get him. They didn't think Trump was getting in the White House. I mean, that's bottom line. Obviously, they didn't think President Trump was going to be back in the White House, because he is now, and finally, the FBI is probing New York Attorney General over her mortgage fraud allegations. And yeah, her lawyers are calling the probe against her politically motivated. I'm sorry, there's nothing politically motivated about you breaking the law. You were caught breaking the law. You forged paperwork to get lower interest rates on your homes. You broke the law. For somebody whose catchphrase is "no one's above the law," Shaquille O'Neal's left nut. Letitia James. How are you going to say this is nonsense? But instead of you disappear, now you're out there, you're still trashing Donald Trump, trying to hit him with more litigation. You're guilty. Get over it. You know, they won't be looking into you. And now that the FBI is looking into you, they're going to look at everything. If they have anything credible that looks wrong, they're going to come at you now. Are you trying to hide more? Because if I was trying to hide more, I'd be worried about hiding more instead of sitting here, going out here in these press conferences, trying to act like you're innocent. You broke the law. You sat there repeatedly. No one is above the law. No one is above. You're a damn hypocrite. Now the shoe's on the other foot, and I think, that's karma. Karma. You went after Donald Trump with very to little no proof of anything that he did wrong. But your silly ass, you have people that worked for you that witnessed your signature on these documents. I mean, for God's sakes, you said you were married to your father. I mean, how much more can you show that you were going out of your way to skirt the system? You're trying to cheat the system, yet you go after other people for doing the same thing. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to be upholding the law. And then you gave tenants from other apartment buildings crap about being like little rent lords, destroying, not taking care of their property, when you do the same thing. I heard there was reports of your place being infested and with cockroaches and no repairs being made. So you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You fraudulently lied about your mortgage forms to receive better tax percentages, and stated your father was your husband. You said there was 4 units in your building, but there was 5. You blatantly knew this and broke the law. And the kicker is now they're talking about passing a bill in Albany for $10 million in an account for Tisha James, who needs help with legal fees. What? And that's funded by taxpayers. Why are you so special that you get your lawyer paid for by us? I don't want to pay for your lawyer. I don't think the people should have to pay for your lawyer. You broke the law. You broke the law. And now they're putting up a little slush fund for you law-breaking New Yorker Democrats with your sanctuary cities. Hey, I'm a New Yorker, and this shit pisses me off. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous. It's sickening. And this is why y'all need Dr. Phil. You need some serious therapy. This is just another case of our corrupt Democrats and leftists abusing their power, saying it's okay for them to do these things, but not others. When the shoe is on the other foot, you bear no responsibility. Absolutely none. And it don't stop there. There's another stunt. Lord, it just keeps coming. Just keeps on coming. You Democrats decide you're going to storm the fort at Delaney Hall in New Jersey to check on the holding of illegals. You're sanctuary lawmakers. You're all Democrats. All of you. Rob Menendez Jr., Bonnie Watson, Coleman, LaMonica McCleaver, all New Jersey Democrats down there trying to force your way into the prison. And even DHS spokeswoman Tricia McLaughlin said, had these members requested a tour, we would have facilitated a tour of the facility. But no. What do? They got to show their ass and make something so much worse than it needed to be.
Inside this facility.
Well, thanks for having me. There's been for days protests outside of this ICE facility, Delaney Detention Hall, which was opened just in May. So it's very recent. It houses MS-13 gang members. It houses rapists, child predators, multiple, an MS-13 gang member, even a suspected terrorist. So these are really the worst of the worst in this facility. And the fact that the Democrats are trying to get these individuals out of the facility, but to set the scene here, Will, what?
And I forgot to mention that this did lead to New York, New Jersey's mayor being arrested, Raz Baraka, for trespass. Alina Habba, New Jersey U.S. attorney, said, "This will not stand in this state. No one is above the law." That's how you use that statement, Big Tish, Shaq's left nut, James. That's how you say no one is above the law, by doing something that is by the law incorrect. Correct.
What happened was there was a bus full of detainees trying to get through the gate when these Democrat politicians and protesters stormed that gate and got to the first security checkpoint. So when you're seeing any of these people being restrained, it's because they illegally broke into this facility. And we can expect, I mean, a civilian, if they try to break into a detention facility, they will be physically restrained. Members of Congress also have to follow the law. Had they asked us to take a tour of that facility, we would have happily facilitated that for them. You heard them themselves saying that the facility was in good shape. Well,
I mean, what more is there to say about that? Really, what more is there to say about that? She said it all herself. It just seems that the Democrats need Dr. Phil. Moral of the episode: Dr. Phil, help these Democrats. They need some a firm kick in the ass, because they're just blowing people's minds with their idiocracy. Idiocracy. I did want to touch on a big milestone. United States, United Kingdom, first trade deal down. So many more to go, but getting that first one out of the way is number one. And it happened on the 80th anniversary of Victory Day for World War II. Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Trump announced the trade deal. So it opens up billions of dollars to market access to the U.S. and American companies, especially American farmers. UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that discriminate against American products. Will boost trade and protect and create jobs. Creates $5 billion of an opportunity for new exports for U.S. farmers, ranchers, and producers. It streamline customs procedures, access to aerospace components, and secure supply chains for pharmaceutical products. Steel and Aluminum Trading Union, 10% by the U.S. still remains in effect. So we still have the 10% in effect. We come out on top of this one. We come out like it should be, fair, reciprocal. I think UK pays, I think it's 10% on vehicles coming in, but after the first 100,000 or 100, I think 100,000, it goes up to 25%. But I mean, that's it, man. Good. We got a first trade deal underway. President's going to the Middle East this week, Saudi Arabia, I believe, and he's got some discussions going out there. He's really pushing the end to the Ukraine war. He wants the Ukraine and Russia to come together and a 30-day ceasefire, which would be amazing. We did acquire and finalize the mineral rights deal with Ukraine. So those rare minerals we need, but not only that, we also get our money back for supplying Ukraine with everything that they needed. And when Joe just threw money at them, Donald Trump is recovering it. So another thing Donald Trump is stepping up and fixing that the previous administration couldn't take care of. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What more can you say about that? What more can you say? I mean, you got to be happy about that. I'm pretty happy about that. So, one down, a bunch to go. Where are we headed now? Okay. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, the U.S. Department of Transportation, announces total air traffic control overhaul. With all the air traffic issues and 30-plus year outdated equipment, as well as near misses, loss of life accident systems, accidents and systems just randomly going dark. I mean, this is something that we need. I think there's a different. I'm kind of concerned that this money will get allocated for this, and like the California monorail, won't get done. So I'm worried that money's going to be wasted. But I have confidence that the Trump administration will make things different when it comes to stuff like that. So hopefully, if they're allocated the money, I mean, we could have went private, we could have privatized it. At least then the people that would be running it had a reason to have high performance. Because if they start having bad performance, obviously that'll be it. They'll be gone. But obviously they're not going the privatized route, and you're going to keep it in the government. So they need to make the money count when they do get it. Plans to address the lack of air traffic controllers he's even extending some people. You get 25 years, you retire. Well, he's going to extend some people by 5 or 7 years, something like that, and give them a bonus if they work longer. So that's less training. And apparently you have to train for each location you go to, because you got to learn the system and the routes and everything from that specific. So it takes about 1.5 years to train. So we're a little short on air traffic controllers, but I mean, it's better than what former U.S. Department of Transportation Pete Buttigieg did. I mean, he didn't accomplish jack shit. He just floated ideas about changing the names of cockpit and airmen, and not to mention the train wrecks that they dealt with. All the trains crashing and polluting, and just sick. We had a bunch of train crashes back there a few years back, just all right around the same time. So it was weird. Let's hope this gets done for our safety, for the safety of our skies, the safety of our people, our passengers that fly. Those are some good jobs. So if you got the like mind and they have training opportunities, that'd probably be a good way to go. I mean, so hopefully where money's given, something is actually done this time. I have confidence in the Trump administration to make sure the money is allocated and done the proper way, and done what I hope by now they will do with the money what it's for, as to where you get $100 billion to do something, and 3%, 5% makes it to the actual project, and then we don't know what happened to the other 50 million, boss. We don't know, and that's what we're trying to get rid of. Like I said, Democrats need Dr. Phil. They just need him. I can't help them. Let's see what we got. All right, we got I'm gonna finish this up with we're calling this is a new segment. We're gonna call this week's good deed. This week's good deed. So in this week's good deed, Trump signs an executive order to build a national center for homeless veterans with funds previously that were spent on housing illegal aliens. Wow. Whoa, they're doing something good with our money. I'm okay spending tax dollar money on housing our veterans and making sure our veterans are properly taken care of. And where is he getting the money from? From the money spent that was previously allocated for housing illegal aliens. That sounds so much more better. It sounds like you're taking care of your people before people who come here illegally, improperly. And that has been the problem with our system, is those open borders. Yes, we are a country. You are free to come legally. Take the right routes. I can't go in most places in the world without my passport. So come here legally. But this is good. The good deed of the week. I got the Center for the Homeless. And LA has 3,000 homeless veterans, more than any city in the country. And it accounts for 10% of the homeless vets in the U.S. The National Center for Warrior Independence will help them and other vets rebuild their lives, the White House said. Goal is to house up to 6,000 homeless vets by 2028. I mean, hey, this is the good deed of the week. You want to fight? You want to fight about it? I think it's a good choice for a good deed of the week. Yeah. That is good deed of the week. We'll try that segment. Let me know what you think of it, if you liked it. So that's what today's episode was. Guys, Dr. Phil. We got women out there rushing into libraries, shouting pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas slogans, and they're finally coming to consequences. You know, you could lose your visa. You could lose your visa. Get out of here. You should be at school to learn, not sit here and cause trouble on campuses when people are trying to study for finals. It's just crazy. It amazes me. It amazes me. I mean, so that's going to do it for this another episode of My Fellow Americans. Please smash that like button, share, subscribe. Every little bit helps. And remember, things are a bit crazy now, like the stalker ex-girlfriend, but Big Tish is under investigation. Let's go. Pro-Hamas supporters are finally meeting consequences, like I said. That's good news. That's very good news. President Trump did a good deed of the week, it looks like. Supposedly, I hear some talk out there. Prince Andrews likes little kids. That's another story, maybe coming up the pipe we'll talk about. James O'Keefe had put some videos out there, and the guy that was dating Prince Andrew's ex-wife was saying that he likes little kids. And the truth is coming out. Epstein files need to come out. We're ready. Because we got Pam Bondi telling a nanny at brunch that the Epstein video, they're going through tens of thousands of hours of Epstein videos and kitty P word, corn, kitty stuff, Epstein stuff, sick stuff you should be death penalty for. Don't mess with our children. The stuff needs to come out. Dems keep embarrassing themselves like Biden on The View with Dr. Jill's hand up his ass, puppeteering him right along to sell a book that we all know is probably going to be lies, because they're not going to come out and say Joe is cognitively inclined. They're not going to say it. They obviously aren't going to say it. They can't say it. He's trying to rebuild his reputation, but you're not there, buddy. We watch you on The View, Jill. Stop taking him out there, Jill. You're not a doctor if you're taking your husband out there and parading him around like a puppet. He's obviously not able to do this stuff. And now it's starting to get sick. Grow up. Treat your husband the right way. Make sure he doesn't embarrass himself. And make sure you don't embarrass him for your gain because you missed the spotlight. I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to read the book. I'll be honest with you. There won't be no truth in it anyway. But until next time, stay strong. God bless you. God bless America. I'm out.